our hands as we wait for Wesley. Tutayarishe mikono, tutayarishe mikono. Sawa sawa, we'll talk later.
So thank you very much. We are getting ready to welcome our guests. So as we said that as they come in, we are going to rise up all of us, and then we are going to clap until they sit. So remember that we are going to be engaged for all this time. So karibu, let's welcome our guests. Tusimame tukaribishe. Let's appreciate them as they join in. Let's keep clapping. Karibu. Karibu, karibu sana. Karibu, 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 karibu. Shout karibu. Karibu sana. Feel very much welcome. Karibu. Karibu. Let's keep appreciating our guests. Karibu sana. Karibu sana. Karibu. Karibu. Karibuni sana. Karibu sana. We'll begin with our national anthem. in prayer.
Tufunge macho na tuombe. Baba wetu wa mbinguni, katika jina la Yesu, tunakushukuru kwa sababu ya uwepo wako mahali hapa. Nakushukuru kwa sababu ya benki yetu ya Equity kwa ajili ya programu hii ya kusaidia wanafunzi ambao wametoka katika jamii ambazo haziwezi. Baba yangu wa mbinguni, tunaiombea benki hii na wote wanao support programu hii katika jina la Yesu, kwamba Bwana Mungu wa majeshi unaweza kuinua benki hii ikaweze kufikia mataifa mengi na watu wengi, ili wakaweze kusaidika kwa utukufu wa jina lako. Asante pia kwa mgeni wetu ambaye amefika na wote walio mahali hapa, tunajiweka mikononi mwako. Asante kwa sababu ya uaminifu wa jina lako. Pokea sifa na utukufu, na chochote tutakachoongea mahali hapa iwe kwa utukufu wa jina lako. Wanafunzi wetu wa shule mbalimbali naweka mikononi mwako. Wapatie akili wanaposoma katika shule zao, ili siku nyingine Bwana waweze kusaidia community zao. Ni kwa jina la Yesu nimeomba na kushukuru. Amen.
Naomba Imam tafadhali kwa ombi la kwanza. Karibu.
Amina, tuombe. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, muumba wa mbingu na ardhi na vilivyomo ndani yake, na wakati mwingine tumejikabidhi mikononi mwako. Kabidhi nchi yetu ya Kenya mikononi mwako. Kabidhi rais, naibu rais, mawaziri na benki yetu pia ya Equity tunaikabidhi mikononi mwako, ikiwa inaongozwa na Daktari James Mwangi. Halmashauri yote ya Equity Bank pata kuenea kote ulimwenguni. Na pia tunakabidhi familia hizi ambazo kama za watoto ambao kwamba hawajabahatikiwa katika familia, wameweza kufadhiliwa na benki ya Equity na mashirika mengineo. Mwenyezi Mungu pata kuwaongoza watoto hawa, wapatie hekima, busara na mwelekeo mzuri, na wao ni viongozi watakuwategemea wa kesho. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu, tukinga na muovu shetani, kinga mipaka yetu, kinga jimbo letu la Turkana na viongozi wote wakiwemo ndani yake gavana wetu Lomrukai na viongozi wengineo wanaongoza jimbo hili la Turkana. Mwenyezi Mungu tupatie hekima, busara na uaminifu katika kazi yetu. Mwenyezi Mungu tulinde, tutakapoanza mkutano huu tuanze na wewe, na tukimaliza pia tumaliza na wewe. Wa sallallahu nabiyina Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Shukran. Asante.
Amin. So naomba tukaweze kuketi. Asanteni sana wageni wetu ambao wamefika kwa siku ya leo. Pengine kwa wale ambao hatuweza kukutana, jina langu naitwa Wesley Rotich. Mimi ndiye msimamizi katika eneo la Kakamega pale katika mambo ya scholarships. So ningependa tu kualika mwelekezi wetu ambaye ni manager mkuu wa benki la Lodwar aweze kutuelekeza kutoka hapo. Karibu, tumpigie makofi anapoingia. Makofi tena. Asante, karibu.
Thank you, Wesley, and our chief guest, who is also the representative of our group CEO, Dr. James Mwangi. With us today, we have our director of risk and compliance, Mr. Paul Wafula, who is privileged to come and talk to us today, and we appreciate him. Scholars, can we welcome our chief guest by a round of applause? So thank you, our chief guest. Other invited guests, I see the representative of County Director of Education, Mr. Serem. We have with us our Bishop, Benson Ekwom Outreach Ministries. We've got our Sheikh, Emusugut, who has prayed for us. With us, we also have a representative, a deputy principal of Lodwar High. We also have a principal Turkana Girls, Madam Fatuma. And we also have a few members of Scholarship Selection Board, Turkana, Mr. Loswat. We also have Mr. Somba. I recognize also Mr. Ekitela Francis, Aumze, and scholars. Good morning, everybody. Good morning once again, scholars. So this morning, we thank God for the weather. We feel privileged to have such a nice weather. And so, as we kick off this program, we are here in Lodwar High, and before we say anything, we want the host to welcome us so that we feel we've been welcomed to their facility. So, Mwalimu, on behalf of the principal, you can come and say a word. Thank you. As he comes, can we give him a round of applause?
Our Group CEO, Representative, Director, our County Education Office, represented by the Sub-County Director, heads of institutions who are here in secondary schools and also primary schools, board members, and all other guests, and all the scholars. Good morning. Good morning once more. Praise the Lord. Bwana asifiwe. Asante sana. I am Mr. Erupe Edward Nangiro, Deputy Lodwar Boys, in charge of academics. We are two. There is one in charge of academics, another one in charge of administration and discipline. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of our senior principal, on behalf of the management of this school, and all the fraternity of the Lodwar High School, to welcome you in this annual event. We were here again last year, and today again we are here. As a school, we are always privileged to have you as a partner. It is not the first time we are working with Equity as a school. Many years, even before the Elimu Scholarship, we used to have the wings to fly. The wings to fly. Our school has always been working together with Equity. So as a school, we are privileged. It's a privilege. And also even to host this function is also a privilege. On behalf of the principal, who is away, but he has been around, he's working also because of our stay around here. That's why he's not here with us. So receive his greetings from us. And as a school, this is a school that was established in 1969. The first building is the one in front of you here, 1969. 1969. So we are over 50 years. Over 50 years. A school that has produced very many people in this county and in this nation. And for us, because I'm a teacher, I also have to encourage the learners. I also have to encourage the students who are here. That the opportunities that you have, opportunities come once. And they will be lost if you don't take that opportunity and ensure that you work very hard. You ensure that you be very keen on what you are told by your parents, by your teachers, by your good friends, and work hard and attain the grade you need to get, and compete, because the world outside is competitive. As a school, we are saying that you are welcome. Feel free. Anytime there is an issue, let's always follow the protocol. We have the chaperones, we have the other leaders. We'll always get an information. Where you have been placed, Sorry for those that is nature. That is nature. Let's remain silent. Let's remain silent. We can move from where the rain can get you. We can move away from there. It is not usual. We also have space. We have space here in front here. There is a lot of space here. Those ones who are up that side, come over this side. There is space this side here. Come this side. Check this opportunity. There are very many people outside there who have even over 100,000 arrears of fees. They are outside there. They are even working very hard. They are very well. For you who has got the opportunity, utilize that opportunity very well. Wherever the school that you are in, within the county, and also outside the county, you are welcome. Take your time to be mentored. Take your time to be led. And take your time to learn from those who are here, from the chaperones. You have heard them, what they are doing in the universities. Some are finished, some are not even finished. You have heard them. Let's also have that opportunity for you to be here next time as a chaperone. I want to take this time to welcome you once again, and feel free. In case of anything, we are always around with your leaders. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Let's put our hands together for our Deputy Principal. Thank you, Mr. Erupe, for those words of counsel. Now we feel welcomed to this institution. And so next speaker, I would want to ask another of our support in our school's institution. Lodwar Girls receives quite a number of our scholars. And so we appreciate the presence of our principal, Madam Fatuma, and I want to give her a minute or two to just say a word or two. Karibu, Madam Principal.
Thank you. Okay. Our guest present here who represents Equity Group, all people from Equity, Ministry of Education present here, our Sheikh, our pastor, board members of Equity, all from different schools in Turkana County. Good morning. Good morning, boys and girls. How are you? Thank you very much. I want to take this chance to thank the manager of Equity, Lodwar, for welcoming me to this meeting to come and greet our guest of honor and the board members and the Ministry of Education representatives and talk to our students. My name is Fatuma Ekal. I am Chief Principal, Lodwar Girls Secondary School. I have students of Elimu Scholarship in our school, and I've also been a committee member of Elimu Scholarship and Wings to Fly in Kakuma. So I know what they do for students, and I'm happy to be here today. I want to say that I am a teacher. I am here as a teacher, and I'm also here as a parent of the students present here, and as a mentor of the students present here. I want to say thank you very much to the Ministry of Education partnering with Equity to help our students. This is a very good thing, especially in a county like this one. This county faces a lot of problems because many parents are poor, they are illiterate. Sorry, just move away from there. Just move away from there and keep quiet. So, Mwalimu, help us. Okay, thank you very much. So I want to say that I am happy to be here, and I want the students to settle down and listen. Okay? So I want to thank the Ministry of Education and all the partners that have helped this to happen to our students. I think you can see there, we have Equity, we have Ministry of Education, we have the World Bank. All of them are helping in this program so that our students can be able to get education. And let us listen, students. Let us be focused and let us listen, because this particular function is for us and it's going to help us. As students, I want you to ensure that you take the responsibility of benefiting from this scholarship. This is a God-given scholarship to needy children in Turkana County, and therefore they need to take a lot of responsibility. How do you take that responsibility? Ensure that you are present in school and you are concentrating in school and you are working hard to ensure you become somebody later on in this county. If you have to know about my history, I am here because I was also helped. And that is why I am happy to come here to tell you, take the help and use it properly. Some of us are misusing this help because we are teachers down there with students in our school. Some students are not very serious with this kind of help that they have been given. They miss school. Some girls become pregnant before finishing. Some boys disappear. Some of them are even indulging in drugs, not really concentrating. This is a one chance that you will never be able to get again if you lose it. So I want to encourage all students to be open-minded in school, to work and collaborate with the teachers and with the scholarship people who come round to see them, the mentors that have been brought to school to ensure that they help you go through education. Ensure that you finish your education and you pass very well, so that in future you can stand here in front of us and say, I was helped by a LIMU scholarship, and here I am to help my community, to give back to my community, and to help other children who require your help. Don't be someone who has been given an opportunity and you throw it away, and then later on you will say, I was sponsored, but I did not use that sponsorship. Here I am, and my life is very difficult now. So I want to encourage all the people present here to also help our students go through this and be able to benefit from this, especially teachers. People in mosques teach our children, in the churches. Let us all help the children and the teachers as well to go through this, because there is a lot of challenges all over, not only in Turkana County, but all over Kenya and all over the world, that are interfering with the learning of children. So I want to urge everyone to help these children, because Turkana County depends on these children in the future to become the leaders, and we want you to become leaders of integrity. We want you to become leaders of integrity, to learn the right values, responsibility, hard work, open-mindedness, and respectfulness. Respect yourself, respect the institution you are in, respect those ones who are helping you by sponsoring you, and ensure you listen to them. Otherwise, I want to say thank you very much to the Ministry of Education partnering with Equity Group, and thank you so much, Equity Group, because you are doing everything that these children need. You are buying them uniform, you are giving them pocket money to come to school and go back to school. I am a principal, and there are children there who come to school and they can't be able to go back home because they cannot afford 500 shillings to transport them back to their home. We start collecting money there as teachers, as board members, to give them, to transport them back home. But for Equity children, they get everything, and we just organize a bus to take them to their places. So I want to thank you so much, and the only way you can thank these people is to ensure that you finish school, you pass, you get a good grade that can enable you to continue and come out a successful person. Otherwise, thank you very much, and may God bless all of you.
Another applause for our Chief Principal, Madam Fatma. Thank you, our Principal, for those words of counsel. Scholars, we are reminded an opportunity has been given unto you. It's just a small window. You need to take advantage of this. Many of us, other kids, aspire to get this scholarship, but chance came your way. So don't squander this opportunity. I'm being reminded that education gives us what? Wings. See, it's indicated somewhere. Education gives us wings. And so once you've been given those wings, what do you do with those wings? You've got to fly and reach the highest aspirations of your life. Again, we are told education is an equalizer. When you are in school, no one can differentiate between you and a kid from a rich family. We are all equal. Many leaders in the world have made it, not because of who they are, but because of the opportunity and the power of education. So scholars, you are reminded that you are now in Form 3 and 4. Time is not on your side. Make use of this opportunity and stand counted. The time you leave school after your KCSE, what is it that you are going to show that for the last 4 years you've been able to achieve? Remember, history does not mean anything if you don't make use of the current situation. Your future doesn't depend on your history, but current state of affairs and where you want to go. At this point in time, I want to take a break and ask Mary Nangiro and Aaron Erot to come in here for some short spoken words and shahiri. Where is Mary Nangiro? Is Mary? Please come in, Mary. As she comes, we give her a round of applause. I also require Aaron Erot to come in front. Where is Aaron? We also give him some clap, a round of applause. Leadership starts now. And they've already taken charge. They've already taken over what we call leadership. So let's listen to what Mary has to say for us. And let's begin. Karibu, Mary.
Thank you a lot. So I want to take this opportunity to thank Almighty God for this far God has granted each one of us. So our chief guest, Dr. James Mwangi, represented by Mr. Afula, our special and sweet dad, Mr. Job Nyosok, and other invited guests. Good morning. So my name is Nangiro Mary. I'm in Turkana Girls National School. So I'll talk about mistakes. So when I started using a pen in my primary school, I made a mistake. I will try to hard erase the mistake before submitting the books to the teacher. Sometimes I use chalk to clean my mistake, but later reappeared. So I began to use my saliva again. But eventually it would not work, but only leave the holes in my books. My teacher then used to cane me, but being automatically dirty to all that I tried to do. I remember Mr. Amos, my teacher, class 5 teacher, who appreciated me so much, called me aside and talked to me and said to me that, Mary, anything you make a mistake, just cross it and move on. He said, Father, trying to cover your mistake will only leave holes in your books, thus damage it. I told him to protest that I don't want people to see my mistakes. My loving teacher laughed and said, trying to erase your mistake will only make people know about your mess and stigma for life. Our guests, have you ever made a mistake in life and tried to erase them? To the scholars, stop exposing your mistakes or trying to cover it. Just cross it and move on. Better things are ahead of you. Better things are ahead of you. Can you say that? Better things are ahead of me. Thank you so much.
A round of applause for Mary. Mary speaks about mistakes, and as she advises scholars, mistakes are there to be corrected. Mistakes are there to be corrected, and so don't allow yourself to be bogged down by mistakes.
Wenzangu, nimefika. Mgeni mheshimiwa, wageni waalikwa na wanafunzi wenzangu. Mbele yenu ni kijana kwa jina la Aaron Erot kutoka shule ya sekondari ya Kweyo Kochia. Ni tayari kuwakariria shairi. Nimefika kwa furaha kuwajuza mfahamu. Beti hili kweli ndilo lenye hamu. Mashinani kwenye njaa menitoa mfahamu. Benki Equity napenda kweli sote tudhamini. Masikini mayatima benki kweli mwajibika kuwanyima malalama shuleni kuwapeleka. Benki Equity napenda kweli sote tudhamini. Ningependa kushukuru wafadhili hawa wetu, wametunyima malalama shuleni kutupeleka. Maulana hawe nuru kwa wafadhili kwani wetu. Benki Equity napenda kweli sote tudhamini.
Another round of applause for our young man appreciating what the bank has done for him and the entire student body. I want to remind scholars that being a beneficiary of a scholar comes with a lot of goodies. But the question would be, given the school fees you are paid for, given the shopping you are given, and given the pocket money, not to mention the mentorship program that you are being given, does it count for something? Does it count for anything? It should be. Because among us are students that were here a while back. Last year, one of you was seated there, receiving this talk. But today is a proud employee of Equity Bank, courtesy of working extremely hard and even showing confidence to us last year that indeed you will achieve. Can you help me give a round of applause for your own Baraka Diume as he comes to share his secret of success? Karibu Baraka.
Hello everyone. Hello. Hello. I thought I would have a very informal session with my brothers. I remember last year I was not here. I was somewhere there. So such formality, it's not me. My personality would allow me to have a very informal conversation with everyone here. But given such a platform, I'm very grateful. May God bless Equity and its fraternity for giving me such a platform to communicate to each and every person in this room. And I believe, and I confidently believe that maybe somebody's heart will be moved. And next year, we shall have, if not all of you, a lot of you joining us in the bank. Thank you. I go by the name Dieme Baraka. My story, it's a transformative one, and I consider it's God that really intervened. I remember yesterday when I was informed that I would be coming to share my story with my brothers and sisters, I was thinking, now, what am I going to share to all of them? And I was like, no, I do not have anything I would share in less than 2 minutes. But I reconsidered, given an opportunity, you should always grab it and utilize it fully, okay? Once again, I want to apologize for having started so informally. Our guest of honor, representing the group CEO, I call him my dad. He's really been instrumental in transforming my life. Mr. Wafula, thank you for joining us today, and the rest of the invited guests. Thank you as well for honoring the invite. Guys, let me try be close to your hearts, okay? This is an opportunity that I was called for in 2021. And allow me, Dad, to use your name as an acronym I came up with. He is a just, outstandingly bold man, J-O-B. He took a bold decision to go through my application and came all the way, 120 kilometers away from Lodwar, to pick me from my home and shared some light, because I clearly had lost hope with my own life. Having a story shattered with, you know, sometimes everybody has a picture of what their life looks like in their mind. But my picture, if I would be a very creative painter, painting my own life to this congregation would take a good number of hours. And I would like to tell you, everybody has got a story. And the way you express your story by standing out to the world
is what really makes a change. Every individual in this room, by the fact that you are here with us, it tells that you do have a story. I'm very sure that Mr. Wafula, you got a story as well, that you can share here, but the way you express your story to the rest of us is what will really communicate whether you are up to the challenge of life or you are not. You keep sitting there and expect somebody will get to know whatever you are going through and come to intervene. That is untenable. It cannot happen. It is you to stand out. I used to study here, Alfred Powery. Some of you will relate. It used to be a day school. A day school. But I modified the school. I'm not bragging, but I'm saying, out of my story, somebody will be transformed, I believe. That school used to be a day school, but I would read up to around 11, 12 p.m. Given I would not have a place to go back sleep, I would make my locker my sleeping instrument, and I would sleep there till the rest join me in the morning. I thank God because I never, sometimes unasema the environment, the condition inaweza kufanya, you get, maybe unagonjeka nini, such things never happen. So I would persevere till morning. Na mtu atasema, these are jabbers. I know I have friends here. We've met. These are some of the things we have shared. When I wake up in the morning, the rest join me. We continue studying. And I would ensure I always help 3, 4, 5 people every day to teach them what I was learning at night while they were away. And that really made my memory very strong, enhanced. So every time we learn something, I teach others, and that helped me because I finally got 399 marks. It was a record that has never been seen and recorded in that institution. But since then, till now, you can see a transformed person, right? I have not shared all of my story. I've not told you my background. It's even more shocking that Equity has brought me from, nothing to something. And I'm always grateful. I am not where I want to be, but at least I'm not where I used to be. And that is courtesy of Equity Group Foundation. Sometimes back last year when I was given such an opportunity, all I would say is thank you. And I gave you a thank remark to the Equity Group Foundation and all its stakeholders. But that was not enough. I still have more to life, more to experience in the coming future as I look forward to joining my university. I hope all of you will join me. Next year, how many are coming to Equity next year? You should be confident. Anyway, I know I've taken more than the time allotted to me. I want to thank you dearly. I'm very, very grateful. And I hope that you will allow me to come back again, have such an interaction, one-on-one interaction with not all of you, but most of you. Nitawambia how life in high school, haifai kuwa that serious. You get? I used to be in 7 clubs, a leader in 5 of them. That is just to shed a picture that extracurricular activity should not limit your academic journey, okay? So it's a whole story that we can share if I'm given such a platform. Asante sana na Mungu awabariki.
Another round of applause for Baraka. You heard him say he is full of confidence, courtesy of Equity. You can see the passion he has. He is saying he's not where he wants to be, but he is somewhere. He still aspires to be somewhere. And he tells me he wants to be a neurosurgeon. It is possible. Hard work pays. Scholars, hard work pays. About 2009, 2010, we set off for a journey of faith, a journey heading to the unknown. When Equity Bank introduced Wings to Fly scholarship in 2010, it started with only 2 scholars per county. So you can imagine 2 scholars in every district where Equity plays business. Among that group is one special girl that Equity Bank gave an opportunity from a remote village called Pokotom in Turkana West in Kakuma. She joined Turkana Girls as a very young girl. We started off a daughter-father relationship, and she did not disappoint. After 4 years, she made it to join UON med school to do medicine. Another 4 years down the line, she graduated with BSc, a doctorate. Today, she's among us here.
Talk to you, don't look at the size of the body, but look at the brain she has. Because a number of you may pass along the road thinking this is a nobody, but this is a daktari who operates on people. Yeah? So, assist me in giving a round of applause of Dr. Felicity, my daughter, as she comes to say hi to you. Can we clap for her, please?
I don't know why when Dad was introducing me, I was fighting tears. The same way Aaron was telling us a shairi here. It's tears of joy, you know, it's not tears of sadness. Kindly, our guest of honor, representing our CEO, who we consider so much as a dad, all the invited guests, all the students. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Felicity Akiru, but today allow me to use Dr. Felicity Akiru. I'm a medical officer, currently working in Lodwar County Referral Hospital. And we thank God, it's a journey. I did just wake up one day and become a doctor, and I'm still hoping. I still have plans to be more of just being a medical doctor. In future, maybe the next time I will be here in the next 5 years, I will not be just be a doctor. Trust me, I will be a gynecologist. It started in 2010. In a school called Pokotom. And initially, remember, I was in Kakuma Girls. But because Pokotom were distributing free uniforms and free shoes, I transferred myself to Pokotom. I saw an opportunity that at least I can get uniform there. At least I can get shoes. Because I was walking barefooted in Kakuma Girls. But now, because the opportunity was in Pokotom for me to have a uniform, a shoe, I transferred myself there. And that's where I finished my KCPE. And the road was too dim, if it was not dark then. Because I was sure I would not proceed. It was just remaining 14 days. Because I remember very well, I was to report to Turkana Girls on 14th of February 2010. And now we are like 1st of February, there is no hope. I have gone everywhere. Trust me, when God is planning bigger things for you, God will obstruct everything. It will make even the people you thought will help you, they will refuse to help you because God has something bigger for you. God is not limited. When God plans for your life, it is a lifetime event till the day you will go to meet Him. Sawa, ukikataliwa kubali. Let me tell you, when someone said no, accept it, thank God, and move on, knowing that that was not my opportunity. Because for me, I try Window Trust. They say, you have a lot of, your marks is a lot. We can't sponsor you. You apply for other scholarship like Jomo Kenyatta. No hope. I came to Mama Mzungu. Just imagine bringing your grandma. I remember that was the first time to Lipanda Gari. Sisi wote miti inasunguka. I don't know kama mko na hiyo experience. Mara yangu ya kwanza kupanda gari ilikuwa kutafuta scholarship from Kakuma to Lodwar, because now we heard of Mama Mzungu. So imagine mmepanda gari, kila kitu inasunguka. By the time tumefika na shosh huku Lodwar, tumechoka, tunatapika, hatujakula, hatujui mahali tunaenda. Like it's just hope. Enye tunasema, let's try. And I keep on blessing my church for me. Because yeye ni mtu anasema tujaribu, ikikataa, at least tutakuwa tumejaribu. We went to Mama Mzungu. You know the way you are made to make a queue? Then Esther was coming to see our baruas, our letters, offer of letters of secondary. Then when everyone, around 10 pupils before me were taken. But for me, when I was like number 11 and number 12, I was told, you know what, marks yako ni mingi. Sisi at least wacha tuchukue wasichana wa 250, 300. Hii hapo 365, wewe jaribu. Lakini tunataka uende Equity Bank, wanapatiana scholarship. Just imagine how God orders your steps. That's how I was connected to Equity Bank. So I went to Mama Mzungu, they refused me. Mbele ya Mwenyezi Mungu wakasema hatuwezi kusponsor. Jaribu Jomo Kenyatta, jaribu Wings to Fly. Because you will get a chance there than these ladies with 250. We came to Equity Bank. And the first person I met was the operation manager, Kamoto, Peter Kamoto. We talked to him, apparently akatupatia form. Imagine, tomorrow, now when we are coming to Equity Bank, tomorrow is the deadline for application. Just imagine. Imagine now going back. So you know the way that form, you need your chief, your head teacher, going back to Kakuma the same day and coming tomorrow to deliver the form. In fact, I went to my teacher's houses, to chief, not to their office, because now it was too late, I can't manage to waste time. So, in short, I'm just saying, God has plans for all of us. All of us. Mtu asikudanganye, Mungu, God is so great, God is so wonderful. And when God opens your ways, kindly utilize it. For me, God gave me an opportunity. I joined a family of equity. And in this family, it is not about education alone. It is what I call holistic mentorship. They are not just taking about your academics, they are taking your spiritual life, they are considering about your mental health, financially you are supported. Can you imagine meeting someone you have never seen and they take you as your daughter from the time you meet them? And as they tell you, from today onwards, allow me, give me an opportunity to be your dad. The only person who can do that for you is God. Sawa. And that's how I met my dad. I never went again to Kakuma. I just used to go maybe to see Shosh. But now my family changed to Equity. In fact, mimi nilikuwa naitwa Equity, mtoto wa Equity. That's my name up to now. Mtoto wa Equity. Even when we are coming to Tukanagas, the parents' days, all those annual meetings, Equity Bank ndio ilikuwa inanitembelea. Na unajua by then we had a branded car Equity. So wakiona wanasema ndio hiyo familia yako Felicity imekuja Equity ndio hawa. So it for me, but I'm this person, when you have done good to me, sometimes even I may fail to say thank you, because for me a thank you is, I feel like it's not enough. Sometimes I just need and thank Equity Bank for us, for the opportunity they have given us. It is only God who can make them great, who can give them finances, who can connect them with great people to mentor us. Okay. So, challenges are there. Trust me. It's not easy. It's not easy. So when you are in school, expect challenges. Because for me, challenges are my strength. For me, I use it as a stepping. Something I can step to get to the next level. And that's why, when I was in school, like in Turkanagas, they used to call me Mother Karua. Because I never allowed anyone to pin me down because of my background. So whatever, I'm from a poor background, I am with you. We have been given same opportunity, we are in same class. So I used to protect my surrounding like no business. Unaona the way shule najua iko na watu kila aina na you can't prepare. You can be with all kind of people. Some are there to put you down. Some are after using your background maybe to discourage you. But for me, I accepted mine. Kwamba mimi ni maskini, niko tu hivi, chenye itanisaidia ni masomo. So ukikuja ukiniambia, na unasoma Felicity sana, I'm like, what the hell? But we are here to read. What else did we come to do here? If you don't want to read, so don't disturb me. If you have inheritance, if you have something you feel like you will be given after school, when you haven't performed well, it's not me, that's not my portion. So, msikubali muwekwe chini kwa sababu ya familia umetoka. And that's what happened to our students. Because when they went to national school outside Lodwar, they encountered sort of children from great families. Imagine unakuliwa mpaka ati unataka kukataa shule, ati you want to transfer yourself from Nairobi school, you want to transfer yourself from Lenana to Lodwar High School. I'm not saying Lodwar High School is bad, but that's where God blessed you. Lenana is where God blessed you. Why can't you utilize that chance? So don't allow people. Accept your challenges. Take it, embrace. Embrace with all the heart. And use them to take you to the next level. And trust me, every time I meet students here, I am not saying all of you to get A's. Even if we do exam now, some of us will be the last and some will be first. But what I usually ask them, is that your best? If you were to examine yourself, can you say you did the best? Because sometimes, as a doctor, that's what I do. When I am presented a patient, you know, sometimes when a patient comes to the hospital, you will either survive or die. Accept that when you kanyaga hospitali, you will either live or die. So as doctors, we also have challenges. Still after school, challenges are all over, even from at our workplaces. So when you get a patient, so for me, because I don't want to get stressed when I go home, I make sure I've done everything. I follow up my patient closely. I take history. After even 1 hour, I will come and say, ulisema kweli kichwa ilianza tu hii mwezi. And then now they will change again the history. They will again trace it back to some years ago. And now you follow them even when they die, when you go and examine yourself, you are at peace. You feel like I gave my best. For me, if someone was getting a D and they finish with a C, for me, I think that person did their best. I like the way Madam Principal said, get grades that will take you somewhere. We are not saying all of you to get A's. No, we can't all of us be a student. But at least, did you do your best when you are given the opportunity? Can you say you maximized it? Will you be at peace with your soul, or will you regret it? Because regret is so bad to be given an opportunity, and it comes once. Everyone here said opportunity comes once, trust me. You will be so lucky for God to give you at Umefail side, then again they enroll you to another scholarship. No. Kindly, my sisters and brothers, kindly utilize this opportunity. Take it, embrace it. And even when you are making jokes to your fellow here, let it be a positive joke. You know, some of you tell me, najua watu hata wananiambianga sijui mimi niko aje nini. So why will you be? People will say things. Kindly, people will say things. And sometimes we know we are telling because we want you to feel bad. But it is upon you. I have a lot to say, but the time will not allow me. Because every choice has a consequence, and those choices also have challenges. So choose wisely. Choose wisely, my younger brothers and sisters. Because 14 years ago, I was seated with you here. And every time I come here, I might not take everything what people are telling me, but I will make sure I've carried 2 or 3 things. And then I will take it to my school. I will go and implement. So when someone said you don't just have to read alone, get involved in other activities, now you have to, that calls you to come up with a schedule that at this time I'm doing this, at this time I'm doing this. So take this opportunity. Take this opportunity. Because it pains me so much. You have been given everything and you come with a E. Hata kama tutakusaidia aje sasa ukimaliza na hii. Let's just be realistic. Ukipata hii nitakusaidia aje? Come with something. Or you might not join the program of continuing being alumni of joining Equity Bank, but at least you love your own life. Kindly. Kindly. Because there is some people there who are, I'm struggling currently to pay school fees for the student I'm supporting. So, and they are doing perfect well. And then I come to Equity Bank, Lord Branch, I see reports cards of some of you. You are doing very bad. You wonder what are you lacking? You have been given everything, literally everything. And yani, even sometimes some parents, people with parents who are working, they can lack. But for us, Equity, we have never lacked. So what will make you not do well? Imagine wakati wetu mpaka nguo tulikuwa tunanunuliwa. Sasa, ni nini kweli itanifanya nisifanye vizuri? Please, my brothers and sisters, take this opportunity seriously. It doesn't matter the time it has remained. Even 1 week will change your life, will change your grades. Mtu asikudanganya masomo si important. Education is an equalizer. Education is the only thing which can make you interact with great people. Do you know when I joined UN, we were like 650, and out of these, only regular students were 100. Regular inamaanisha government ndio inawasponsor. And around 550 walikuwa parallel. So ni watoto wa wadozi, ni watoto wa waziri, watoto... These great people, When unapata unasoma na mtoto kama wa waziri Kenya saa hiyo wakati, ama Muturi, unaona? So, and even the lecturers used to know us. Our lecturers used to call us the government-sponsored student condo, because the way we appeared. Because these are the students when you're Peter Mahali, they are the top from their counties, and they are from poor backgrounds. So now even when we are seated in a hall like this receiving lecturers, you can tell who you ni maskini. But that never discourages us. By the time we are 4th year, 5th year, all of us were at equal level. Wezi jua yupi ndio ametoka from a poor background. Because now education has tried to equalize us. These people now are coming to us because they have seen we are performing well. So they are joining our discussion groups. They are coming for us to teach them. They want us, we go pamoja to the old drums. So mtu asikudanganya masomo itasaidia. Masomo itasaidia vizuri sana. It is only, kama si masomo ungekuwa hapa, true or false? So kindly, do your best. That I have a lot to say, but allow me to stop there. Kindly do your best.
I told you, Siniliwambia, small in body but brain. Alipewa sidio? Each one of you can be given that. And it doesn't mean that she is special. She's just chosen to work extremely hard. And so can you. Put jokes aside, concentrate on your studies, and as Daktari has said, opportunity comes only once. You squander it, it's gone. Thank you so much, students, for being that attentive. I know you've heard something from one of your own. She's told you she was there a while back. And now, she's a powerful speaker who can impart knowledge to each one of us. So that is the power of education. It can equalize everything and everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter your history. Right now, it is never written on Dr. Felicity's face that she's that girl who came from Pokotom 14 years ago with only grandmother who did not go to school but who understood the value of education. I could say her grandmother is the greatest asset Felicity has ever had in her life. Were it not for her, she would not be here today. She imagined that her granddaughter will make it if only she can get the value of education. And that is what has happened. It doesn't matter the time, the years. One thing is certain. If you work hard, you will achieve your dreams. We're being told the leaders of tomorrow are you guys. But where do we get leaders if you don't work hard? It is only those that would sacrifice their current gratification and pleasures that would succeed in the next 15, 20 years' time to be standing in front of us and talk to us. Great leaders were never born to riches or affluence, but great leaders are self-made. They worked hard. So allow me to take this opportunity to welcome a representative of the Education Ministry as we gear towards inviting our chief guests. So welcome, Seren, for your few remarks. as we wait to hear from our Group Director of Internal Controls and Compliance, who will be speaking to us on behalf of our...
Thank you so much, Equity Manager Lodwar Branch. Our Group CEO, represented by Mr. Wafula today, Equity family, all the stakeholders, the principals who are here, the Elimu Scholarship Board, and Elimu scholars who have been in the program, and the students of scholarships. Good morning. Is it afternoon? It's still morning. Yes, good morning. Yeah, my name is Wilson Serem. I am the Sub-County Director of Education, Turkana Central. And Bana Wafula, welcome to Turkana. Welcome to Turkana Central. We are happy today to have you here because, as you can see, Turkana is a unique county with many challenges. And Equity came at the right moment to assist our learners so that they can be able to be at par with others from other countries, from other counties in this republic. We have heard of the testimonies from Felicity, Baraka, and others who have passed through this program. Indeed, the program is very transformative. And as I was listening to Felicity, I felt that if I was a student today, I would do it differently. Myself, I'm a teacher of physics and mathematics. But if I was to go back to school, I would get something else, not what I got that time, because of the aspirations that you can see from the young people. Thank you very much, Felicity and Baraka, and we believe that you are mentoring these young people. During our times, we had no forums for mentorship, but Equity has brought this forum to you, for you to learn. Last week, we had a meeting for the alumni of the school I went to 30 years down the line. And as we met as alumni members, one thing was very clear. When we did our Form 4, we had 2 A stands and 8 A minors in that school. When we met again last week, one thing that was very surprising was the net value of the A's, the 10 A's, is more or almost double the 164 learners. Do you get what I'm saying? The net value of what they own, the 10 of them, is more than the 154 combined. That shows that when you get the best in school, it is preparing you for the best in life. And that is true because, not because of the A they got, but because of the values that they develop in the process of getting the A. When you are an A student, you are consistent. When you are an A student, you know what is important and what is not important. When you are an A student, you know how to collaborate with others. When you are an A student, you pay attention to detail. That is what life requires, even after school. So if I were you, I would aspire to be that A student. So that if I don't get that A, I'll have developed values that can propel me in this world. I am happy with the theme for this year. That as we are working, as we are reading in our schools, as we are preparing ourselves for our careers, we know that innovation is what is paying currently the more innovative you are, the better your life will be in future. Equity Bank is a very good example of how innovation and what innovation can do for the Republic. I wish that also us, we can strive always to be innovative. We strive always to have values that can make us innovators in future. With so doing, we shall be able to achieve our aspirations as young people. Otherwise, I want to welcome you to Turkana Central. Asanteni sana, Bwana Equity Bank. Asante sana for having our learners here and for the mentorship that you are giving. Asante sana, our group CEO. Welcome to Turkana. It is not always raining. This is one of those days that is very rare. You can see the way you are dressed. None of us is prepared for the rain. You are only, I think you are the only one who was prepared for the rain. But it's a blessing when we train like this in Turkana. It's a blessing because this may be the only time it rains up to another 2 or 3 months. So asante sana, you came at the right time, and welcome so much. Asante sana.
Thank you so much. A round of applause for Wilson Seren. Thank you for those wise counsel, for those good words, and I believe our scholars have picked the same. So scholars, it is my singular pleasure and honor to invite our group CEO's representative, our group Director Internal Controls and Compliance, Paul Wafula, to come and make his address. As we all stand up and give him a round of applause. Welcome, sir. A round of applause, scholars.
Good morning. I hope it's still morning. Let me just check. Yes, it's still morning. You may have your seats. It's very interesting that the meaning of my name, Wafula, is rain. So I've actually, my arrival has brought rain because that's what my name means rain. So I'm privileged to have come and demonstrated who I am. Our host, the Deputy Principal of this school, the Chief Guest, the Minister of Education, principals present. I don't know whether there are any parents. The Equity Scholarship, Equity and Elimu Scholarship Selection Board members present. The clergy, dear scholars, ladies and gentlemen. I want to stand by any other protocol that has already been articulated. I stand here before you on behalf of the Executive Chair of the Equity Group Foundation and the Group Chief Executive Officer of the Equity Group Holdings, Dr. James Mwangi, our dad. Do you receive his greetings? I'm standing before you as a brother. Dr. James is equally a father and a mentor to me. And so it's a great opportunity for us under this convention, for us to gather and to look back. For most of you have either been part of this program for 3 years, others for 4 years. And this is an opportunity for us to come together because Equity has brought us for a common purpose. And that purpose is to transform lives, to change our future, and to shape it into a successful future, a prosperous future. And how are we doing this? Thank you. And the question today that I want to pose is, how are we doing what we came together for? The essence of this convening, the congresses that we have, is to constantly remind ourselves that that when we came to this scholarship, it was to ensure that our future is not a continuation of our past. The reason we meet every other time is to remind us about what brought us together. And so we in this program, we're in this program because one, we're gifted. All of us in this room were gifted. You performed well, but you needed support. You needed the scholarship. And the question that I want to ask us is, what have we done with this scholarship in pursuit of us excelling? Listening to Baraka and to Felicity, they have made good use of their opportunity. The question to you is, what have you done with the privilege that you have? I know you're young and you can be forgiven for forgetting, but our role and responsibility every year is to remind you during these congresses. The GCO himself usually attends every one of the 16 congresses. I bring his apologies, he's not been able to come here, but between Monday and today, he's been actually, he went to Mombasa, he was in Machakos, he was in Alliance for the Central, he went to Eldoret, he was in Nakuru in 2 days. That's how committed he is to this cause. And his purpose is to remind us about the purpose that we came together. Those who have gone before us have not disappointed. 98% of the scholars have completed successfully their secondary education. 86% of them have been able to join university, and 14% have joined tertiary colleges. We are proud of what we have achieved, but that is past, and the past is what it is. Today we are here for a singular purpose, and that is to ensure that we complete the remaining period. For those in Form 4, you literally have just half a year. But like Felicity told us, even now is time enough for you to make a difference. And the point I want to leave with you today is, what are you doing to make a difference with the time that is left? You may have wasted the time. You may not have been deliberate to make sure you pass well. But like you've heard from the representative from the ministry, it makes a difference. How you pass will change the course of your life. And so today, as an elder brother, my appeal to you is, let's get the best out of this opportunity. There are many students across this country that could do with just a day of your life. And yet here you are with it. How are you faring in your schoolwork? Time. There are two things that we all have. One is time, and the second thing is choices. It's interesting. All of us in this room have got the same amount of time. A day is made up of 24 hours. We sleep for about 8 hours. We're in class for 8 hours. The difference between an A student and a D student is what they do in the other 8 hours. What are you doing with those other 8 hours? That's where the difference in how we perform comes. I want to challenge everyone in this room, the Form 4s. You just have half a year, 6 months. But you know what? You can make a difference with the choices that you make on how to use the time that is left. I hope during the course of this program, you've been hearing certain things that have made a difference in people's lives. Like we've been told, education is indeed an equalizer. When you look at me, I'm sure most of you think I come from Western Kenya. I'm actually Uganda. But guess where I am today? I'm in Lodwar. Ask yourselves, how did I end up here? Just to give you a bit of my background, I also came from a humble home. My dad was a teacher, my mother was a teacher. And those are not really very successful careers, at least in my country. And so there was no chance for me to have made it in life. When I was in school, mathematics was one of the most difficult subjects. I remember my mother told me, Paul, just befriend people who are good at mathematics. And so some of the points I'm going to tell us today, and I'll refer to the story I'm telling you. So I made friends with people who are good at mathematics. And slowly by slowly, my mathematics began to improve. Today I stand before you as a holder of a bachelor's of statistics and applied economics. I became proficient at math. So, and from then on, I worked hard. Friends, there's no shortcut to success. It is how you utilize the time that you have. There is no other way. And I want to just make some points as I build my case. So we've talked about two things that you have. It's time. The other thing is the choices. The choices you make depend on what values you have. Our values determine what we choose to do. And so the challenge is every choice you make has got consequences. There's a story of a boy who used to tell lies. This guy was he was almost a born liar. Everything he said was literally a lie. And the father brought the son and told him, my son, you need to stop lying. He could tell lies. It was like almost nothing he said was true. And so the dad, who was a carpenter, decided every day, not even a number of times, every day that he lied, he would drill a nail into the door. And so every day, obviously, because this guy lied pathologically, so there was a nail in the door for every day, until the door was so full of nails that the father called him and said, look at this door. These are not the number of times you've lied. It is the number of days you've told a lie. And the boy literally saw how much of a liar he must be, because the door was full of nails. So the father told him, let's agree. I'm going to remove these nails, but on condition that you stop lying. And the boy said, yes, I think I've lied enough. So they removed the nails out of the door. But guess what? Every time this boy passed that door, you know when you remove nails from wood, it leaves scars, isn't it? Those scars are the consequences of the choices. The boy told the dad, please take away these scars. The dad said, they can't go, because they are the consequences of the choices you've made. Friends, you have one opportunity, and that's the scholarship you've had to bring you to this stage of your education. How you use this opportunity could benefit you or disadvantage you. My appeal to this afternoon is to make the best of this opportunity. You must work hard. There's no other way to success. It is hard work. Sometimes you sleep late, you sleep less. Sometimes you decrease the number of extracurricular activities you do, especially if you're not good. I had to spend more time in mathematics so that I could improve my grades. I also was aspiring to go to the Alliance Boys of my country. It's called King's College, Pudo. That's the secondary school I wanted to go to. And by God's grace, I was able to pass and I went there. But it's hard work. Friends, the challenge we're giving you this evening, or this morning rather, is to cause you to use the opportunity that you have. So the first value that you need to help, that you need to influence your choices, I believe you must have a relationship with your Creator. A lot of the people that have been speaking have been saying there's a God factor. That is true. Every successful person you know on earth has got a relationship, with a private relationship with his Creator. That is the first relationship you must have so that you make good choices. Because our Creator has got values that will differentiate us. And so that is an important aspect. Friends, ask yourselves, what is that is where your integrity comes from. Who are you when no one is watching? When you're by yourself, what are you really like? Some of us are like two people. If we found you away from this place, we probably won't recognize you. But that relationship gives you good values that will make good choices. You'll not find yourself abusing alcohol. You'll not find yourself abusing certain substances, because that relationship will make you value your body, because you know you're a precious creation of God. And so all of us here, it doesn't matter what circumstances you come from, your Creator has made you wonderful. And like we're hearing from Felicity, there are things He has in store for you. We all don't start from the same place. But guess what? Today we are all in this room. Nature has created the opportunity for us to meet because there is some plan that the divine has for you. That is the first value I want you to acknowledge, to develop. The second value is love for yourself. Friends, there's nobody who can love you more than you. You need to love yourself enough to do everything it takes to take care of your body. Your body is the only thing that you actually go. No. Hello, your body is, that's the only thing you really have. And the moment this body you have fails, guess what? Your spirit will exit that body. That's why when someone is involved in an accident, the person dies. But you need to love yourself, friends. How do you look after yourself? How do you use your time? When you love yourself, there are certain things you'll not do. I'm giving you pointers to values that will give you the right, make you make the right choices. Where do you see yourself in the future? This opportunity you got is because you beat so many other students. There are many people that applied at the same time as you did that are not here with us. So friends, the appeal I'm making to you is love yourself enough to do everything it takes to be successful. This third value I want to give you is to love your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues. The good book says, love your neighbors as yourself. That is where you heard what Felicity was telling us. I'm making a lot of reference to her because in some way she spoke to some of the things I had in mind. When she became good, she helped other people to get better. In life, you need what they call destiny carriers. We need each other. If we did not partner with equity, if equity did not partner with these shareholders, this opportunity that we have would not have existed. We need each other. And one secret of life is that when you give, it will come back to you in good measure. It is a principle that always pays back. When you teach somebody, you actually learn it more. I don't know whether any of you testify to that. That as you teach people, you learn it better, isn't it? So when you love yourself, you'll be able to give people what you'd like to get yourself. Those are the three values I want to challenge you with so that you can make the right choices. This is just phase one of the opportunity that you have. I'm sure you've heard about this and I'll speak to it. The first is the Wings to Fly and the Elimu sponsorship. That carries you up to the end of Form 4. But there's another opportunity for the people that pass well. The best students join the Equity Leadership Program. That is where you get an opportunity not just to get into a university with sponsorship, but you also get an opportunity to work for the bank. The ELP program guarantees you a job. You'll work, and you'll not work at the end of your school. You start working immediately. In November, once the selection process happens, once you've passed and you've got an A, let's say it's A plus, A and A minus. I think those are the two conditions. Once you get an A or an A minus, you automatically qualify for the Equity Leadership Program. You get guaranteed a job. I don't know if you have any here. Okay, but exactly. So Barack is an example, both of them, right? Barack. So both of the people who've spoken to you have had the opportunity to immediately their results came out to start working for this organization. You start earning money even before you go to university. Then when you go to university, because you've done well, you'll go to the best universities. And like I said, apparently, the universities like Harvard, Cambridge, have got two criteria for admission. The first criteria is the academic criteria. How did you pass? But there's a second criteria. Which family do you come from? The reason is they associate with success. So all their alumni, by default, become successful. So their alumni have access. So if one of your relatives went through it, chances are that you too will be given a chance to join, because success will repeat itself. So the advantage you have when you do well is you set it up for your siblings. The rest of your siblings will equally have an aspiration to get better. So by you starting the practice of excelling triggers excellence to come out of your line. Not just your own self, but even your siblings. And to give you, those in Form 4 especially, but the Form 3s, you have a bit more time. You have 1.5 years. What are you doing with the time that you have? It's interesting that time is all time. It depends on where you are. Right now where we are, it's 12. In South Africa, Rwanda, it's 11. If you go to Ghana, no, if you go to Nigeria, it's 10. If you go to Ghana, it's 9. All time is every time. It just depends on where you are. The point I'm trying to make is, how are you using the time that you have? We need to make choices that will help us improve. Friends, if you're struggling with a subject, have you found a friend or somebody in the class that is doing that subject better than you? Begin to create an association with that person. Let them help you. You need to work backwards. Because you have only a few months, how do you use the time that is left? Think about a football game. When a team is trailing, the way they play in the last minutes is different from a team that is winning, isn't it? There is an urgency to try and catch up. So my appeal is to those who are lagging behind. You still have, as long as there is still day, you can change the course that you're going on. And my appeal to you is, friends, don't give up now. You still have an opportunity to jump. When I had the opportunity to pass my mathematics and go to King's College, Pudo, I did, in Uganda we have O-levels and A-levels. I did 4 years in this school, and I passed well enough to go back for my A-levels. And I passed and went to Makerere University to do the course I wanted. I did the Bachelor's of Statistics and Applied Economics. Now, at that time, I admired, then when I finished that, the place where we used to stay was near. I used to walk to school because my parents didn't have a car. But the area where we used to walk through was near embassies, a lot of the houses of foreign governments. And I saw the lifestyles these people had. And I desired to also become an expatriate because I wanted to go and work outside my country. I'm telling you my story, how I've ended up here. I desired, because I wanted to be like these people who are better than me. The point I'm trying to make is, you need to have something you're aspiring to work towards it. So the immediate aspiration for you is to get onto the Equity Leadership Program. That means work and get an A or an A-. That is the most immediate aspiration you should have. If you have 6 months only, what do you need to do now to qualify for that opportunity? So I wanted to become an expatriate. And so my craving was, what does it take to become like these people? And so when I finished my university, I had actually before that, when I finished my primary living exams, I wanted to earn some money. And so there's a family friend who owned a restaurant. And the only job he had available was to wash dishes. And I told myself, at home, I'm washing the dishes for free. If I can do this in this restaurant and get money, let me go and do it. And I went and I used to wash dishes. And I was getting paid. Very little money, but that for me was so that I could earn some money. And that was the time when HIV had just come. And I remember my siblings used to tease me that you're going to get AIDS from washing people's forks. And I would cry sometimes, but I said, no, I want to make some money. I did that job until I got promoted from being a dishwasher to becoming a waiter. I started serving the people that serve in a restaurant. That's when I discovered that waiters need tips. They make money from the thank you that people give them, but tips are only given to good waiters. So I began to learn that you have to differentiate yourself for people to appreciate you. So I became a waiter. Eventually I got promoted to become an assistant cashier. So once in a while, when the manager is not in, I'll be the one collecting money when there's little business. What am I telling you? You need to keep aspiring to get better. You need to keep working at improving. Friends, never settle with where you are. The enemy of success is yesterday's success. You need to keep striving to do better. You succeeded in getting this scholarship. Can you work hard to get the next one? When you get the next one, it will set you up for a future that other people will look at you with admiration. When I finished, I went to university, at least I had some pocket money. I came back to that same restaurant. This time I was not starting from dishwashing. I started from waiter, then cashier. I was alternating between waiter and cashier. That is when I learned how to count money. That is when I learned how you can count all the money and still have a shortage. And in that restaurant, they would take your salary for the money you're short of. So the month end comes and I have no salary. But at least I had a job. But that was teaching me how to become diligent. Do your work with diligence. That's another value you need to have. Are you diligent? Can people trust you to deliver an assignment they give you? I later on had an opportunity to work in a bank. I found one of my old schoolmates, which is why I tell you, you need to love your neighbors. The people you meet, everyone you meet is an opportunity for your network. That's what they call social capital. Some of you have met people here. Get to know people. You don't know where they're going to end up. Those may be the people that will open doors for you in future. Don't waste an opportunity to get to know somebody you've not met before. Imagine now that you met Felicity, tomorrow if you're having a patient in hospital, you'll ask, may I see this doctor? And she will come to your aid. Don't waste the opportunity to build your network. Love your neighbor. So I later on had a friend who had been working in a bank, and he did it as a temporary job. So I asked to go to the same bank after him. So I go to report to this bank on Friday. On Monday, that bank was declared insolvent. So my opportunity had died. And like we're being told, even in life there are challenges. It doesn't mean that when you've succeeded, life will be a smooth sail. There will still be challenges. But because you need to overcome those challenges, you need to be persistent. You need to be consistent. And that is why good scores, like we're being told, gives you the tenacity to keep working hard. Even when things are not happening, you still have the persistence. So I got another opportunity in another bank called Standard Chartered Bank. And I went there as a temporary staff. And the job I was given was to do reconciliation. They had a problem with a certain process. And I did that job for 4 months. That's when I discovered the difference between bankers and other jobs. They are paid better. The money they paid me as a banker could have paid all the staff in the restaurant where I was. Like we're saying, when you do well, you begin to eat the sweet part of the sugar cane. Friends, success is a choice. There are decisions you make to become successful. You start making those decisions in school, because how you fare in school is what will determine how you'll perform outside school. So I wanted to stay a banker. So when I went to do my degree, I kept in touch with these people. I even did my dissertation on the socio-economic implications of commercial banking, case study of Standard Chartered Bank, so that I could keep visiting them for data. Eventually, I got employed there. I worked for Standard Chartered Bank for 26 years. I did 10 years in Uganda. I came and worked in Kenya. Remember, my aspiration was to become an expatriate. So I understood, to become an expatriate, that means you're exported, you have to have a superior ability, superior skill. You have to differentiate yourself at home to be exported. And I learned that was the aim. So I had to work hard in the bank to be considered for another opportunity. And so I got an opportunity to come and work in Kenya. I moved to work in Kenya in 2011. I finished my university in 1998. You can work out my age. So 2011 is when I left Uganda. I worked in Kenya up to 2016. and an opportunity to go to work in the Middle East, in Dubai, came. And because I had differentiated myself, I moved to work in the UAE. I worked in Dubai for 8 years. And at that time, I was now moving. 2003, I was on my way to Hong Kong. These are places you probably just hear about. They are real places. Your gift can take you there. Your gift will bring you before kings. Your gift will bring you before people who are not normal men. So I worked hard enough to get that opportunity. And as I was going to Hong Kong, I get a phone call from Equity. And they told me what Equity is doing. Friends, I came back and I left my heart here. I turned down the opportunity to go to Hong Kong because I loved what Equity is doing with this program. The contribution that this institution is doing to date, we've educated over 60,000 scholars. That's an incredible contribution to the success of the people of Africa. I have a burden for Africa. I believe it is indeed Africa's time. Africa will rise and shine again. The reason why Equity has invested in your education is because education is an equalizer. When I was in Dubai, there was no difference between me and people from London. Dubai has all nationalities. In my team, we had 21 nationalities. We're not talking tribes, nationalities. The whole world converges there. But guess what? We are the same because we are contributing at the same level. Education is an equalizer, but it's what you do with this opportunity that will give you. You know, when there's a saying that there's enough sky for every bird. Friends, your success doesn't reduce anybody else's. The sky is big enough for every bird. All the birds can be in the air and there'll still be room. So don't think that success is for a few people. Every one of you here has got a gift. There is something that only you can do better than all of us. You need to find out, what is my gift? That gift is what you use to excel, and it will cover for the things you're not so good at. Your gift is your distinction. And every one of us here has got a special, that's why we will be better at certain things than others. There are things that you do with less effort. But that is what you need to find out and pursue. So when I came back, I feel so fulfilled. And this is the opportunity that has given me to interact with people here. Friends, I want to remind you as I come to a close. You have two things, time and choices. With the amount of time that is left, friends, what are you going to do differently so that you can get the next benefit of this relationship? What are those subjects that you're struggling with? Who is better than you that will help you improve? I want us to resolve, as we finish this program this week, what are you going to do differently about the areas that you're struggling? You need to adjust your use of time, because how you use your time will determine what happens to you after now. Just speaking about time, you've heard of the wildebeest migration that happens around July. The wildebeests are animals that respond. Excuse me, I clearly didn't dress for the weather. Pardon, let me just wipe my... The wildebeests migrate from Tanzania into Kenya. And they migrate around July. And when they are coming, it's so funny, God has put in their bodies an urge. So the first wildebeest will start walking. Eventually it will start running. One will get another. They'll start increasing. All of them have got a time. It's time to go to the other side. And so they start running. Eventually, when they get to the Mara River, they're literally at a sprint. But guess what? Those wildebeests are also expecting. They are pregnant because it's time to give birth. The candidates in this room, it is time to give birth. It is time to pass your exams. So the wildebeest, because of the pressure to get that baby out. When they get to the Mara River, the hippos and the crocodiles have discovered that there is an entourage of wildebeest that are crossing, so they come to hunt. But the pressure of success makes these wildebeest literally walk on the crocodiles. If they're unfortunate to put their foot in the crocodile's mouth, it gets eaten. But the majority of them cross that river. That is how desperate they are to get across that river. And they get across to give birth. And their young ones eat. That time the vegetation is so green, they feed. It's interesting that the wildebeest don't pass through the river when going back. There's a way they go back otherwise. You wonder, how come they don't use that route when coming to avoid danger? But life has challenges we must face to succeed. Friends, if they didn't get that tenacity to cross the river, they would never have produced the next generation. The challenge that Africa is facing today, are we going to produce the Africans that will make a difference to this continent? Equity, Dr. James is pregnant with this vision for the success of this organization. Are you the child he's going to produce that will reproduce the success that he has envisioned? The challenge and the question I want to leave you with, friends, what difference are you going to make because of the contribution of this scholarship you've gotten? We must not be among the crocodiles that get eaten, the wildebeest that get eaten by the crocodiles. Let the passion, the vision for yourself, that's why I told you to love yourself, and for others, persuade you to do something different so that you can become the success that we've desired you to be. Friends, I want to bring my communication to a close by urging you, begging you, friends. I'm speaking to you as an elder brother. I have been where you are in different circumstances. Today I stand before you proud and tall because I made certain choices that enabled me to pivot the direction of my student life. And because I passed well enough, I qualified for a decent degree in a decent university. Makerere University has produced presidents of the 3 East African countries, including one of your legend presidents, Mwai Kibaki, just like it produced Julius Nyerere. That's the university I had the privilege of going to. And because of that, it gave me a career in banking that today I can stand before you with 26 years of banking experience. But it's choices that I made to use my time well. Form 4s and Form 3s, are you going to take this challenge? How many of you shall I expect to see on the ELP program this November? How many of you are working to get the A or the A-? Let's see by show of hands. If you're waving, just wave so that I can see the hands that are up. I want you to make the decision today to make a difference in how you use your time so that we can see you in November. Thank you so much, and I wish you God's blessings and wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
Another round of applause for our director. Thank you so much, sir, for those kind words, inspirational words, which I know the scholars have picked something from. Scholars, I hope you've heard what has been said. Have you heard what has been said? Are you going to take heed of what has been advised to you? Please do. I know you are very attentive, and I'm sure you've gathered what our chief guest has told us, that he is a practical example that it is doable. Where you are seated is not by coincidence or by chance, but by design. God has purposed you to be there today, to have had this session, for you to make a difference in your life. And those that are in Form 4 have been advised that you still have about 6 months to do something. And for the ones that are in Form 3, a year and a half is quite enough for you to make a change. And again, Daktari advised you that do your best. You don't have to get an A. If B+ or B is your best, so go for it. I don't think it could have been said better than has been. The speakers that have spoken this morning, this mid-morning and afternoon, have said it all. Anybody who was attentive must have heard something. Are we the same the way we were in the morning, or we are changed people? Absolutely. I am equally changed, and I was meditating upon the words, and I was saying, I wish I had these words when I was in high school. I would have put them into use, and I would be a different person today. Probably I would have been a better person today. So, scholars, the opportunity is on you. Make the best out of what has been given unto you. Don't look at your neighbor, look at yourself. I know you went to that school alone. You never came to that school with a friend. You went there alone. Come end of the year when you sit for your KCSE, you'll equally live alone. And you'll start be counted. Early next year, God willing, when results are released, what would you have achieved? Thank you, sir, for those words. I want now to take this opportunity to welcome a couple of our scholars to come and give out what we call vote of thanks, after which I'll ask our bishop to do a dedication prayer to our scholars, especially the 4th form that are sitting for their exams this year. Then thereafter we'll do a photo session. Then the program would have been officially opened. So help me ask Jevans Lokonya to come forward for a vote of thanks. I will also ask Dorcas Wekeva and Michelle Shama to come forward as well to support us in vote of thanks. Dorcas, Michelle Shama, coming in. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Our chief guest, Paul Kofula, representing our dear dad, Dr. James Mwangi, Ministry of Education, present, Ministry of Health, present, Western Regional Manager, who is here with us, our bishop, our able chaplains, and my colleagues, scholars. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once more. My name is Javans Lorbin, a student from Valley Boys. I really appreciate your wisdom words. That is our chief guest. We have got our share, and that is the targeted message, and you have really delivered it at the right time and to the right people. Secondly, I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the Ministry of Education, together with the partnership of with Equity, for giving us this great opportunity to ignite our hopes as Turkana community Kenyan community and outside Kenya at large. This is a chance that we believe that our parents or the people that were here at the last decade or 2 decades, they never got this chance. But now, because we, their children, have got this opportunity, they are really happy with it. As the evidence you have heard it from Wekes, Baraka. That is an evidence that this community is really appreciating this support. As students, we promise that we will do our best to sharpen our future for the next generation, the same way that you have really worked, you have crossed the continents. We believe also the same way you have walked around, we will walk twice the way you have walked. So, we believe that opportunity comes once. Yes, opportunity comes once, and from this opportunity, we will never misuse this opportunity. We will make our best to support this organization. The light of the doctor, please, I forgot your name. She is now supporting the community, serving as a doctor, and she is paying school fee for some students. That is a sign of giving back to the society. As the title of our last congress, when we were formed. Second last, I appreciate the Lulu High School principal for really being able to welcome the equity scholars to this school. May God bless you, and may Lulu High School be blessed. As I conclude, I align myself with the theme of the Congress, the innovation generation, that you believe, or that with the main name, Gen Z. So, we are, innovation generation, igniting ideas and creating impact. As a scholar, we have an idea, but right now, the idea, we have hold it on. And this idea, we will ignite it after Form 4. And we believe from this idea, it will create great impact of tomorrow for our community and the world at large. Thank you very much for giving me your attention.
A round of applause for our friend Javans. So I welcome Dorcas and Michelle.
Our chief guest, distinguished guest, and all my colleagues, good afternoon. My name is Dorcas Wekesa, a student from Lodwar Girls High School.
And my name is Nisha Sharma, a student from the Limuru Girls. We are honored to stand before you. First and foremost, we appreciate you. It will truly be, you have motivated us, and we really appreciate it.
We never had hopes. We never thought that you would come, but because of the love you have for us and the care. You know,
told us, by the way, Turkana kids, your career seems to be herding goats and sheep. Turkana kids, there is no future for you, but you have given us hope to be doctors, to be lawyers, to be gynecologists, and those by going to great universities.
I think about Harvard, I think about Princeton, I think about Yale. It is just a matter of time. Oh, by the way, the boy that last stood here to give a vote of thanks was able to score an A of 84 points, and we believe that we can also make it.
He didn't have hopes, but you gave him wings to fly, and we never had hopes too. But you give us wings to hope too. It was never our dreams. Some of us were living in the dark. We never knew of something being bright. But because of you, we have dreams of going to abroad. We have dreams of being lawyers. And I promise you, we shall follow the footsteps of our dear brother.
Last but not least, we as the EPT scholars promise to bring back a 100% transition to the university.
We promise you that the support that you have given us won't go to waste. You won't regret it, because we are seeing further and beyond, and we will reach it, we promise you.
Gracias.
Thank you so much, Dorcas and Shama, for your vote of thanks. I want to take this opportunity to ask our chaperones to just come to the front. I recognize you. They've done equally fantastic job. Chaperones, please come to the front for the chief guest to see you. Our group director, these are the ELP scholars who are currently doing their various stages at the graduation university level, and they have come to give back to the community and to the society, just to show these ones that it is possible. I want to appreciate our chaperones by allowing them to say their names and where they are currently and which year. Just in brief.
Good afternoon once more. My name is Laura Mkoya. I'm a teacher of English and Literature.
Good afternoon. My name is Ochola Joseph Otieno, a criminal lawyer and forensic scientist. Thank you. Moi University.
Good afternoon. My name is Jamie Clark, an alumni of the Technical University of Kenya. I pursued business and IT, bachelor's in business and IT.
Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Nerot Kospir, Kenyatta University, Bachelor of Economics and Finance.
Good afternoon. My name is Ekaya Abraham Lometo, alumni of Kisii University, of account and a holder of CPA.
Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin Masharia, third year, Moi University, Civil and Structural Engineering.
Good afternoon. I am Mamoni Ali. I graduated from Moi University with a bachelor's degree in Communication and Public Relations. I work for the Turkana County government as a public communication officer, and also run a community-based organization called Loyanai Vision Foundation, just as a way of giving back to my community.
Good afternoon. My name is Anthony Owino. I'm a fifth year student at Moi University doing mechanical production and energy engineering. I'm also doing electrical engineering for optional Eldoret Technical. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Bitengo, Moi University, taking a Bachelor of Chemical and Process Engineering.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Collins Nyambura, Moi University. I am a certified professional mediator. I'm pursuing law.
Good afternoon. I'm Mercy Chelangat from University of Eastern Africa, Baraton, awaiting graduation. I pursued BSc in Medical Laboratory Sciences.
Good afternoon. My name is Kennedy Diambo, a graduate of Moi University, Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management.
Good afternoon. My name is John Chege. I'm in Moi University, pursuing Bachelor of Science in NY.
Good afternoon. My name is Mary Jennifer. I'm taking Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management.
Good afternoon. My name is Dorcas Lokoli. I'm taking Agricultural Extension in Kiambu, Institute of Science and Technology in Kiambu County.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alisa Regina Moyenche, an alumni of St. Joseph's Girls, Kitale. I'm currently awaiting to take the Bachelor of Law at the university.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jason Loro, Egerton University, second year, doing clinical medicine.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fiona. I'm a fifth year, taking electrical and electronics engineering, Moi University.
Erega Lokeyok Samuel. I graduated from the University of Kabianga with Bachelor of Science, Human Resource Management. Currently work as Answered Officer of the Assembly of Tukana.
Good afternoon. I'm Faith Atiang from Kaimosi Friends University, taking optimation.
Hello everyone. My name is Itachira from Moi University, where I pursue Bachelor of Education Arts and also I'm a art stylist.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Faith Nebisa Kerubo from the University of Eldoret, taking Bachelor of Home Science and Economics.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Faria Amin Suleiman. I'm in University of Nairobi, taking Bachelor of Education Arts. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daisy Kine, taking General Agriculture, University of Nairobi.
Good afternoon. I'm Leonida Shekirui. I'm studying at the University of Eldoret, a second year bachelor's degree in education at Maths and Business Studies.
Good afternoon. I'm Josephine Nakiem, student at Siwa Technical Training, taking diploma in assistant nursing. Deborah Esron, Bachelor of Education and Career.
Good afternoon. I go by the name Dea Valentine Okieno, Moi University, taking Bachelor of Business Management.
Good afternoon. My name is Doreen Yatich, a fourth-year student at Moi University, undertaking Bachelor's of Education Science, majoring at Physics.
Hello everyone. I'm Alfred Musioki, pursuing Bachelor of Science in Civil and Structural Engineering. Yeah, in the Moi main campus.
Hello. I'm Egla Cholimo, pursuing nursing at the Kenya Medical Training College.
So we put our hands together for these young people who are doing so well, our chaperones supporting our scholars, remember they were here away, and they have accepted to come and support. So another round of applause as they take their seats. Thank you so much, Secretary. Last but not least, I want to recognize my colleagues that have been supporting these scholars. Our team from EGF, kindly come, introduce yourself to our chief guest.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wesley Rotich. I support mentorship program for Central Western. Central Western is basically Kakamega County. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon. My name is Willis Odhiambo Ongele. I work in EGF. I'm from the 6th floor, the center. I support our scholars in scholar welfare. That means everything which is non-academic, I take care of them, be it medical, psychosocial, mental health, issues of discipline. I take lead in that. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Winfred Zilan is my name. I work in the Equity Group Foundation in the Monitoring and Evaluation Department.
God is good, and all the time. I'm Romanos Nechesa, mentoring field coordinator. That's mentoring activities, supporting 2 counties, which is Trans Nzoia County, now Pokot County. Also here, supporting my colleague who's in the Kakuma. Karibuni sana.
Thank you so much. As you take your seat, Wesley can come in front. Wesley has a word to say. So, as we prepare our bishop to come and do a final dedication, we want to take this opportunity to appreciate our scholars and our guests for gracing this occasion. As you can see, we've been blessed by the Lord. The weather today is very good. Yusuf, it's been raining since morning. I want to believe that is showers and blessings from the above. So I want to take it that today's session has been well covered by the blood of God. So we appreciate scholars for maintaining silence and listening to what has been shared, and we want to believe that you've taken something from this session. Wesley?
Thank you very much. I just simply want to pass a message of appreciation in a simple style to everyone who has gathered here today. I want to appreciate the chief guest. We'll give you, since this is a learning environment, if we give you potassium and give you calcium, it's our language here. So for the students, the electronic configuration for calcium is? It is 288, 2882. So at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much, Chief Guest. We can add a source for hydrogen. Hydrogen? Thank you. So we also wish to, that is calcium. I want you to have strong teeth, strong energy, so that you can keep going, keep motivating, and doing all what pertains to empowerment. We want to give our director from Education Office, we had given you calcium, we want to give you potassium. So the electronic configuration for potassium is 2881, eh? So at the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much. Our dear principal from Lodwar Girls. You know, we know ladies and water are inseparable. So we will give you hydrogen and then we'll give you oxygen to make water. Okay? So let's begin with oxygen. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. So let's add one more hydrogen to make it more concentrated. Hydrogen. Thank you very much. So we really want to say we are very grateful for the other guests, the Imam, the board of management of the school, the principal. We want to do a wholesale club for my colleagues too, for everyone. So when I remember how this forum has been arranged, it has taken